ask me, like, what do you mean read energy? Like, what is this energy and vibration? Everybody can read the energy and vibration. It's just a matter of finding the right words that your mind can understand so that then you understand what we're talking about. There's sometimes I'm having consults or I'm talking to people. I'll say something and they say, no, I don't believe that. I don't get that. I said, I understand. I said, but you do. You do actually believe it. It's just I haven't found the combination to your safe yet to where you can understand where I'm pointing. You know, sometimes it takes too much time. There's too many walls. I don't bother with it. But telepathic communication, it's a subtle process. It's part of the human software package that we have. We all have it. Girls have it a little more. God's graced them with that. They need it. They're much more intuitive. I watch the guys sometimes. I mean, I used to in Ecuador. We'd sit on the church steps or anywhere, and then we watch how the guys try to mac the girls. You know, like the guy would be walking down the street. He's like walking like this. He'll see a girl. He's like, change his whole demeanor. It's funny as hell. And then the girl usually sees him before she knows he's gonna do that before he even does it. You know how used to that they are? So used to it. Like that's why it's just funny. I kind of like the U.S. in the sense that people they don't look at you like nobody cares about you. Kind of like they're all in their own little world. I'm making it short. Like there's 8 billion people and everybody's lonely. It's funny on an overpopulated planet. So, and also the girls, they're kind of just scathed. Like they're so sick of it. So sick of guys like working them, except the insecure girls. They want like, please, can you give me more attention? So the point is, the girls, this sense of intuition or awareness or reading, picking up this subtle telepathic, communication, energy, they can read that, they can feel that. That's what it is. When I talk about vibration, reading vibration, energy, that's what it is. Anybody, even the most dullest mind, you have this gift. Or it's not a gift, it's just part of the human package. You talk to somebody, you're reading them. You're somehow reading them. Even you're not trying to read them, you're reading them. You're reading me right now. You're reading me. Somebody else could say these exact same words that I'm saying, and maybe you'll think they're full of it. Or maybe you'll think they're like awake. Like, how are you reading me? That's where it gets, see, this is where we can get confused, because let's break it down. On the deepest level, we're in telepathic communication with each other. That means you're reading each other's energy and vibration. Now, that's the base. Now here's where it's contingent upon your level of consciousness and evolution. How we interpret that reading, the interpretation of the reading. This is what causes problems. This is why some people...
I was listening the whole time. Don't get me wrong, we will understand a motherfucker that's... How does this bitch run? See, I understand why they beat women now. I mean, I've been understanding it, but yeah. They get too rowdy, bro. Look at it like this. A lot of men, and I mean a lot of men, they match the energy of their bitch. They just do. They turn into a bitch because of that, and they become whipped. But if anything, your girl should match your energy. That's why when she gets a bit too rowdy, that's why when she gets a bit too, you know what I'm saying? Oh, but you shouldn't be a woman beater. Game is game, man. Game is game.
People, they may read you in a very wrong way, especially people that, if you're doing YouTube, you get There's so many different levels of perception out there, in so many different levels of consciousness. They'll think and this happens in relationships too. They'll think, I've had a couple girls, they think I'm a saint, and then later think I'm a devil. I gotta be careful if I see them.
Yeah, nice work. Team trying to chat to me, you look like you've been ran through by a lot of bitches. No, I've ran through a lot of bitches, but I'll take that as a compliment. Get all fussy, nah, I don't want to speak to you, this and that. I should go back to my man. It ain't my fault you're the one getting jealous of the life that I've been living. It ain't my fault I do dope shit and you don't. I swear, man. I swear. These people, they need to understand the hierarchy of stuff. Most people think they're at a point where they can go, yeah, you know what? I want to fuck a bad bitch, or I want to be with a bad bitch, or I want to do shit where I can be with bad bitches, but you genuinely ain't doing anything with your life. You're doing nothing. Why the fuck are they going to be interested in you when you're a boring motherfucker to begin with? That's the one thing I've never been able to get through my mind. The one thing I've never been able to get through my mind. You're a boring motherfucker with nothing to you. You can't say this and you can't say that. You walk into a room, you change your demeanor to a 6-year-old fucking girl, so they start treating you nicely and they start treating you good. Don't get me wrong, I can be a baby boy when I need to be a baby boy, but at the end of the day, I'll always be a fucking man, bro. But these they even man, they're boys, they're always just gonna be boys. It's crazy, man. I swear.
Do they hire a sniper or something somewhere? You can just flip. So, the interpretation of the energy and vibration that we're picking up, that depends on our level of consciousness. The more deeper and self-aware we are as an individual, the more you can read others in a coherent way. See, that's the thing, because we're all the same. You can't understand somebody, their stage or situation, unless you experienced it. See, some people, you can look at them and they can be, angry or have a pouty face. I like that word. And someone, you can just, right? You can read that. You don't have to be a master to read that. You can just tell. You can pick up the energy. It's lower frequency or vibration. It's heavy. And you'll be around somebody else and they're they're vibing. And you can feel it. It's light. The energy's lighter. It's higher. All right. So there you go. You can read energy. All right. Now, how that gets interpreted, let's give an example. When I'm talking about evolution and conscious awareness. The guy or the person that's angry or has a pouty face, a lower level of consciousness person will just will take it personal. Imagine? They take it personal. They're like, damn, he's doing that to me. And then maybe get mad at him. Higher level consciousness person, and this functions automatically. There's not enough time to remember the spiritual book that you read or the course you took that says, wait a minute now, try to have compassion for others. No, man, this is like this. This happens in the moment, which is why I say grace has to evolve us. There's no books or courses or anything that's really going to do that. It may give you a sense that you're getting somewhere. That's cool. It gives higher vibration when you're reading or watching things that are higher vibration. I'm a total proponent of that, because that's part of what prepares us and makes us ready for grace to do for us what we can't do for ourselves, or what anything else can do for ourselves. So the vibe.
Alright, to sneeze. Didn't come out. But yeah, no, it's someone that brings their shadow out frequently and you can see it. They're low vibrational people. They don't know how to work in tandem with their shadow. That's why they bring it out of control. they don't have control over it. When they bring it out, you can see it and you can clearly understand if that's someone you need in your life or not. Don't get me wrong, bringing your shadow out could be good. It could be extremely beneficial, but there's only under certain circumstances that shit will be beneficial. More or less, most people bring it out because their ego feels damaged or they feel damaged and they don't have power struggle type of shit, you know. But when they look at it properly, it's not like you had that power to begin with. It's just a false hope to yourself to feed your ego. This is the thing that I'm talking about. People don't understand the hierarchy of this shit. Low, medium, high, very high, however you want to fucking call it. There will always be a hierarchy to this. You got a high vibration, you know you got a high vibration. You got a low vibration, you genuinely don't know, because the dimension you're living in, the way you're perceiving reality, it's so skewed, it's so obscured, it's so different that it's not right. You become a mindless drone in it all because you don't understand how to progress. You don't know how to reach a higher level, a higher dimension. It's not that hard, but for some people it's so outside of the box, it's so foreign to them. It's sad, I know, but that's life.
Being in higher vibrations, yeah, that's part of the high level lifestyle package that I'm a big proponent of. So if there were in another person, if there's some shift has happened inside, they have a higher level of awareness. When they see the guy that's angry with the pouty face, they're gonna automatically, they're not gonna take it personal. They're gonna realize, like, okay, he's having a bad day. You know what that feels like. You can remember and recall in your own experiences when you had a hard time, and then how that bleeds through into your normal walking life. Even the ones that pretend like, no, I'm not gonna let this get to me. I have to go to work now and I need to put on my shiny face. Somebody who's higher, more conscious, you can see because you're reading energy. Now, somebody at a lower level, maybe.
Hey, it's like I said, when you wear a mask, I can see through that mask. There is no doubt about that. You don't think that there's no cracks in your mask. You think your mask is flawless. I can promise you one thing, bro. If I can't see it, there's going to be a motherfucker who will see it. And that motherfucker who does see it, they will point it out. And it will make you die. Maybe that's the ego death you need, to not wear masks in general, to just be you. Or maybe you put a different mask on, but then ultimately you ain't someone that's going to take their mask off. And to be someone that can actually do something in this world instead of flipping burgers.
Maybe they can't, they believe it. They believe the face. Oh, look, the face is like this. That means they're good. Those who have more subtle perception, you'll see, no, they're not good. Oh, I mean, they're always good. Everybody's good. But you can sense that they're carrying something. They're not present. They haven't processed something. See? That's reading energy. That's what it is. And everybody has that. It's just like I said, it's like we have hands, right? Yeah, because it's part of the package. Well, same thing. And this telepathic communication is the same thing. That's what it is. That the more we grow, the more self-aware we become, the more this package functions better. The more it's like you get your CPU in your package, it keeps getting upgraded. Like up.
AMD Ryzen 7 7000X. I'm sorry, I had to be a nerd for a second, my bad. But he's got a point. When you start to upgrade it, you start to have a different perception, you start running faster. I mean, look at it like this. When people were switching from even just hard drives to SSDs, but to SSDs to M.2s, oh man, it's a different level of consciousness. You start taking information in more, but you're processing it even faster than you're taking it in. See what I'm saying? Most people, they take stuff in, but they're not processing it, and they're not realizing what's really going on. They don't understand their environment, or they just don't understand how unself-aware they are. They're just not self-aware in general. Don't get me wrong, we're all struggling, we're all on a different path of self-enlightenment, self-acknowledgement. I don't know what the fuck to call it, but we're all on that journey. Some are far ahead, some are far behind. All you can do is just help. Put a hand out. Put a fucking hand out, man. I'm sorry if when I was lost, and when I was wearing masks, and I was trying to be someone I'm not, I wish a motherfucker put their hand out. I wish a motherfucker put their hand out. I'm putting a hand out now. Don't be a dickhead. Don't put your ego in the way. Saying, no, I'm not gonna grab his hand. Grab my fucking hand. Grab it hard. Don't ever let fucking go. Because I promise you this one thing. As soon as you grab it, as soon as you get pulled up, even if you're not fully standing shoulder to shoulder with me, the way your reality is going to change. You're a god. You are just a god. Plain and simple.
Updates. Right. You get the higher updates when it's ready. And this is the game of life, and it's fun. It's hot out. It's like this is what we're here to experience and do. Let's get a little non-dual, in case the non-duals, they might, they're like, yeah, but nothing exists. Yeah, okay. So this whole package, this whole play of life, that's all being housed inside the infinite, which is formless. It's the stage. And then all this is playing out. Both. It's both. So somebody who's more self-aware, you pay attention to both. You pay attention to, you can say, this total emptiness, which is totally alive because it's allowing the show to be played on. You're aware of that, but you're also aware of the functioning of this 3D game that we're in. That's balance. See, that's good. That's what you want to do. And then you just come across more organic and whole, not so weird. You don't come across as a spiritual, rigid foo-foo who just says nothing exists, and at the same time,
you don't come across as a 6-year-old trying to fit in with other people, trying to be timid, just so people could feel sorry for you, just so you could be in that victim mindset the whole fucking time, bro. I'm fed up of this. You act like a victim, you act like a bitch, but at the end of the day, you talk all this shit, but as soon as someone questions you about it, you can't do anything. You start tripping up on your fucking words like a waste, man, bro. I swear, that type of shit fucking annoys me. That type of shit really gets on my nerves. Because you talk all this crud, but then when someone's genuinely reaching a hand out, you're being too egotistical. You're thinking with your brain. Why are you thinking with your brain? Why are you trying to be logical when it comes down to this? You listen to yourself, and I mean you listen to your intelligence, you're not going to get anywhere. You're just not. You listen to your intelligence, all it's going to do is put you down. You've got two people, one up here, one over here. Why would you listen to the one up here when the one down here has always been the one to get you out of fucking trouble? The one down here has always been the one to cuddle you, to hold you, and to make sure that you are fine, that you love yourself. Why can't you love it back? You're a fucking nerd, that's what you are. I understand having a toxic relationship with a bitch, trust me. But it's one thing having a toxic relationship with yourself. Shouldn't be doing that. You should not be doing that. Understand having a toxic relationship with a girl. It's fun, bro. It's so fun. Because you could treat her like shit, but then you could love her at the same time. But why are you going to do that with yourself? It makes no sense, does it?
you aren't totally identified as this little
4 billion people check their email every day. That's 4 billion missed.
Here's 3 ways to make the law of attraction even better than it is. Within this, you are going to really learn how the law of attraction works, the true way of it. So, let's start off right with it. Law of attraction is whatever you become, you will attract that. If you feel like an absolute just loser, you're going to attract loser things. Now, if you feel and you become a winner, let's say, you're going to attract winning things. Let's make it even easier. Let's say you become obsessed with football. You love football. Football is your life. Do you know what you're going to attract? Football. Every single thing you are going to see, everything you're going to do is going to be based around football. It is what you become, what you're thinking about, what you're focusing on. Your frequency is what you frequently see and what you frequently say. Frequency. Think about it like that. But when it comes to law of attraction, one of the first ways that I want you to make it so much better is by doing this. Realizing that God always says yes and is always watching. However you want to see it, whether you believe in Allah, Yeshua, Krishna, Odin, Buddha, whatever God that you believe in, however you see, even if you just want to see it as the universe or your higher self, there is an undeniable truth in knowing that there is a creator. You have a creator. You did not create yourself. You have a creator.
He's right. Listen.
Creator. There is the all. That's how I envision God. I see God as everything, because God has to be. God always existed. Because if God didn't exist, then he would never exist. You can't exist and not exist. It is one of the laws of the universe, of all reality, of every reality, that cannot be broken. Once you exist forever. You cannot exist and then not exist. It's impossible. Existence is full. It's always going to be there. So, within that, imagine everything that you are trying to attract, everything that you are trying to become. God is always there. God is always answering. God is always saying yes to it all the time. Hang on here. I want to make sure this looks a little bit better. It's on my beautiful face here. Come on now. There we go. Think about it, just what I said there. I mean, I'm the man. I literally know that I am the man. I am king of kings. I'm one of the most gorgeous human beings, gorgeous specimens of a freaking man. Maybe you don't agree, but here's the thing. That's not my problem.
I'm happy you fucking said that. It don't matter what anyone else is saying. Bro, if you can wake up and look at yourself in the mirror without wearing a mask, like, yeah, this motherfucker fucks. See, a lot of the time, all of you going into the mirror, you're not feeling yourself like that. But you're using your intelligence to try to boost yourself. But it's all smoke and mirrors. You're blowing smoke into the mirror when you're saying that shit, when you're speaking from intelligence. If you're not feeling yourself, why are you going to try and... I understand words of affirmation and all of that, making yourself feel better. But if you ain't feeling it at the start, speaking all of this shit, it ain't gonna work, bro. It just ain't gonna work. You're gonna create this false image of yourself inside of you, and you're just gonna build up from that, and then you're just gonna go even further down the fucking rabbit hole as much as you feel like you're going up.
It has nothing to do with me. I know how I see myself. I know how my creator sees me, and that's all that matters. Start seeing the world and everything you are trying to become and obtain through the eyes of your creator. God always says yes, always yes. So if you are like, hey, I want this so bad, I need this so bad, I want it, I want it, I want it, God's going to say, okay, if you just want it, I'll give you more of that feeling of wanting it, but never having it. So if you let go and you trust in yourself and your path and realize, okay, I'm grateful to God, I'm going to get this. This is good. It's already here. I have it right here and now. Boom. It's happening for you. That is the first tip within law of attraction I have for you. Now the second one within that is letting go. Just becoming, just let it go. Have you ever noticed within things when you try so hard, like you try so hard to be a certain way or to have a certain thing, it feels like it just falls away. It's like that term, like hold on friggin' lucid. Like the tighter you hang on to the rope, it's like the less freaking pull, the less grab you have on it. It's the same thing, even think about it in relationships. Imagine if you go on a date with someone and the first thing they say right off the date is like, I have to be with you. You better be with me. I need to get married right now. I want to have this family. I have to be with you. You are mine. Like, you'd be like, no way. Get away from me. You are coming on way too strong. No. Please stop. Within that, think about all of your manifestations, all your life in and of itself, of just let it flow. Like, trust that it's all working, because it always is. It's working at all times, always for your greatest good. And I'm going to tie it again to the first part. God's always there. God is always with you. God loves you and is always there. And if you focus on God and you co-creating this life and just flowing through, everything's going to be great. Everything literally is going to be great.
It's the same way as I say, you want your life to be easy. Your life's gonna be easy, but your life's only gonna be easy when you're doing the shit you genuinely want to do, not when anyone else is telling you to do, not what society is telling you what to do. When you're doing you, your life will be so easy, as much as you could be doing. Let me go on the extreme and say what David Goggins is doing. You could say that, but he wakes up and goes to sleep a mad motherfucker. Do you want to know why? Because he's living the life he's living. He won't give that life up to go be a fucking cockroach exterminator again. There is no way in hell he will do that. Why? Because he's figured out what he wants to do. He's been in limbo for so long, but he realized he had this drive, this passion to just push himself to the extreme. For some people, it's just pushing themselves as hard as they can go, or learning this or learning that, occult knowledge or not, religious knowledge or not. Fuck, even book knowledge, as in, you want to be a lawyer, you're going to work as hard as you fucking can to be the best lawyer you can. Or any other fucking profession for that matter of fact. If you want to do something, your life is going to be easy because you're sticking to what your is telling you. Not what your is telling you. What your
From the time I can remember, I would always pray to God. Always. And, you know, I believe within this that regardless if you're a Muslim, Christian, Norse pagan, whatever it may be, Hinduism, Buddhist, your personal relationship with God is your own way. Within that, the way I see Yeshua is going to be different than you see Yeshua. Same God, but different energy, different relationship. I'll explain it to you like this. My mom, I see her as my mama. She's my mom. I love my mom. Where other people that she works with, they see her as, her coworker. They might see her as a friend. Where back in the day, guys would have seen her as, hey, that's my girlfriend. You know what I mean? Like, it's a different perception, but she's still the same human being, but people see her as different things. So the reason I say that, my relationship with God, ever since I was very young, I was raised Catholic, and I kind of went Christian, and then I realized, you know what? I'm not any of that. I'm not this like religious way, this man-made religion thing. Like, I want to really know who Yeshua is, and I want to really understand.
For me, it's no religion. I understand that there's a creator, but I also understand that creator made us in his image. We wouldn't have the mind that we have if we weren't like that. No other animal on this planet is the same as us. I mean, shit, we can even say no other aliens are the same as us. There will always be someone watching you, whether it's yourself, your higher self, or a god. Don't get caught lacking, bro. Don't fucking get caught lacking. You get caught lacking, you're going to go to hell. Because you're not staying true to who you are. You're slipping down, you're letting the devil consume you. You let that devilish energy take you over. You let that devilish frequency come over into your body and do what it needs to do. You're going to lose yourself. You're just going to. But, yeah, again, not a lot of people are very self-acknowledging to their environment and who is bringing off that devilish energy, who is bringing low vibrations, low frequencies. I mean, shit, maybe it's you doing it to yourself and you just don't know. There's a lot of questions you need to ask yourself, but it all starts with one question. What am I? Not who, not how, what? Because a lot of the times, all of you are living to be a certain type of archetype. Sometimes, and I can say this from experience, you learn enough or you live enough of your life as a certain archetype, and then you change, but you take what you learn from being that archetype into the new person you want to be. I've done that a lot of times. But the one thing I realized is I'm taking all of this knowledge in, all of this shit, but it will never match the person I am. I can't be this person, I can't be that person, I can't be anyone else but me. So I'm going to live my life the best I know I should live my life, according to everything I know I should be doing. A lot of people think logically, they think this and they think that, but they ain't gonna get anywhere. Maybe they do, and maybe they are getting ahead of you when you're listening to this, but all of this, it's not short term. This is long term. This is life, bro. This is life. Plain and simple.
Like, not religion, like the actual, like, true understanding of God and who Yeshua was and these people in that time and everything. And, you know, I have my own opinions and terms within it, how I feel that a lot of times Yeshua was very closely related to how Muslims are, you know. It's, again, different video, different time, but within that second part, you got to just trust in God and be grateful and pray and be in this place of knowing that it's going to happen. Now, the third part to this, to make the law of attraction better, you have to absolutely and unapologetically be you. You got to be you all the way. I truly know that I'm the man. I have no idea how to not be that anymore. You know, I used to be very insecure. I used to be bullied when I was younger. I used to not be this person. You know, even I'll say this, I'm not the same man I was a year ago. I just keep evolving and becoming more of this Hercules that I am.
See, the thing is, you can't put a man like that down because he's on his own path. All you can do is wave. He wants to give a hand out, you grab that fucking hand. Because a man like that, that's a man, bro. This ain't trying to be Sigma dominant male. That's a man. He's living his life according to himself. He knows what's right, he knows what's not right. But that's what a man is. Everyone's Everyone's perception of what a man should be is so skewed because of the content that was getting pushed out. But when you look at it, look at the people that were pushing out that content, look at where they're at now. Yeah. Hamza talks about being a man, but then the first day of fight camp, this guy gave up. He thought he wanted to be a fighter because he was thinking logically. He thought he wanted to do this and to do that, but he was thinking logically. He wasn't thinking about what he genuinely wanted to do. Alright, cool. We all love kicking the bag around, we all love punching the bag around. Trust me, from someone that was a fucking boxer, I understand what that feeling is like, to whip your fucking hand into that bag, to see that dent in it while it fucking moves about. Move around it like fucking... You see what I'm saying? You're moving like water. Everything you're just doing, it flows so freely but so right. But when you get put in a situation where you're genuinely pushing yourself, you do find out who you are and what you are. I've pushed myself enough times to figure out who I am. I've lived a long life despite the age that I'm at, and I know my life is only going to get more dope from here. There is no changing that, because I understand what's what. I understand the man that I am the same way he understands the man that he is. Same way you should understand the man that you are. Stop thinking with your head, bro. I won't shut up about it. Yeah, I know. I won't shut up about it.
Yeah, man. I don't know how to be anything different, and it's absolutely the most amazing, powerful feeling to know that I am the effing man. I just want all of you to feel this way. There's no amount of money, there's no amount of anything that can make you truly be that. You know, if you take some guy that's an absolute just, kind of like a dorky type, he just doesn't really like himself, he can't hold his own, you give him freaking $100 million, the Bugattis, everything, this place, like, yeah, he's going to feel better, he's going to try to be cool and all this stuff, but he's not going to be it. You know, if all of a sudden you get...
He's still a fucking dork. That's it, he's still a dork. It doesn't matter what materialistic shit you've got. It doesn't matter how much you attach yourself to them emotions of buying yourself stuff, because that's a victim mindset at the end of the day. You start buying yourself stuff, you do this and you do that, materialistically wise, because you feel bad for yourself. You get attached to that emotion of buying something to make yourself feel better. Whether it's subconscious or not, it don't matter, bro. But at the end of the day, if you ain't walking that walk, and if you can't talk that talk and anything in between, you can't walk outside with your chest puffed out, your shoulders rolled back and your head up high, who the fuck are you? It don't matter if you're a skinny little motherfucker that loves fucking maths and trigonometry and geometry, for that fact, or you're a meathead. But at the end of the day, you're still a man. You can see when someone's doing that. You can see when someone's got their chest rolled, their chest puffed out, their shoulders rolled back and their chin up high. But you can see when it's fake as well. You can, even if you're not on a higher level of perception of this world, you can still see when it's fake. So if you can question that one thing, why are you not going to question other stuff as well, but relaying it back to yourself?
Get him around a group of real tough guys, real men, real divine masculine men who know who they are, he's going to feel inadequate. And now the money don't matter. It's like, you got to become that version of yourself, you know? And it's like, it actually makes me feel emotional, because it's so powerful. And I want all of you to feel that. And it's the same thing for all you goddesses watching. It's all these principles. Everything I teach is the same for men and women. And it's like, gosh, goddess, if you could see how powerful you are, if you could speak every day and know every day that you are a goddess, and you are absolutely, undeniably the most beautiful, wonderful creature on this frickin' planet, in this whole realm, in this universe. Hang on here. Got the darkness trying to keep me in the dark. When you realize how wonderful you are and you love yourself, regardless of what anyone else says, your whole life will transform beyond what you could even imagine. And I will say this again. One of my favorite sayings that I teach everyone and I say every day is, it's not my problem. What you think about me and how you view me is not my problem. So I've said this before and I'll say it again. I said it on my Instagram. I could get any girl I want. I could get the most beautiful woman on the planet. I could get any girl I want. Now here's the thing. There's going to be some girls that say, no, Adonis, sorry, I don't want to be with you. That's fine. That's not my problem. Then you aren't one that I want because you are not energetically aligned to me. You're not, I don't, there's no hard feelings. There's no rejection. Hey, that's totally cool, girl. Best of luck. Go find yourself a king. But do you understand, when I have that mindset, there's no fear of rejection. There's no anger. There's no fear of or hatred or anything. You know,
There's no feeling little. A lot of you, man, you get rejected, but you get rejected by a thing that's way out of your league. But you don't see that yet because you are not. You're not high. I don't mean high as in fucking smoking weed. I mean high as in your frequency, your vibration. You bring this low, weird, sneaky type of vibration, and I'll be real. Most of you, man, can feel that shit as well when you see that shit happening and you just cringe. But let's say you are a high vibrational man. It don't matter if a girl says no. It don't matter if a girl says yes. At the end of the day, you know you're gonna be with bad bitches, and bad bitches love you. That's what I'm saying. Like, I know I should be with a bad bitch as much as I'm doing my little thing with every little fucking girl I've got. You know, as I said, one big happy family. These bad bitches that I know I should be around right now, they're in a completely different country. Can I fly them out? Absolutely. But I don't feel like I'm not at that level right now. I feel like, yeah, I surround myself with people like that. It'll bring me up to that level even despite my age. I mean, I'm acting like I'm fucking young, I'm not. But in time, I mean, shit, you might want to come over to this country, all of you man are gonna say, oh, but it's a UK nigga. Alright, oh well, I'm what? Why are you scared? Or you're not gonna take me seriously because you're doing this and you're Nah, I'm not matching your energy and you're not matching mine. All I know, if you're a fucking man, you're gonna come to this country and we're going to harmonize our frequencies together and show the fucking people what's what. Because I'm sorry, I'm fed up of all of this streamer on streamer, but both of these streamers ain't putting anything out that's genuinely helping the people. This is not what the people want. People don't want entertainment like this. They want something real. They want something real because so many motherfuckers are lost, man. So many motherfuckers are lost. So you want to be a real man? You want to show your community or a different side of you, or even if you've shown this side, you want to show a different perception or a different dimension. I'll be waiting. There is no fucking doubt about that. You know where I'm at. You know how to get at me. So get at me.
we always feel so upset or disappointed and a lot of times angry when we're dissed or, oh, this person didn't like me. Well, forget them. Hey, no problem. I don't like you either. That's cool. We agree to disagree. But when I go around and I believe and I know every day that I am the best of the best, and this is not me being egotistical, narcissistic. I know people love to throw that in there and totally mess people's heads up, and it is not that. It is the ultimate form of gratitude and love for my Creator and love for myself. How could you go around your day not thinking that you are the absolute best and then still giving God thanks? My Creator, the God of all things, the all itself, created me. I honor the all, my God, every day by giving thanks and saying how wonderful I am. Really think about that. Anytime you have a limiting belief, if you don't, no, God never promised money. God doesn't want you to have this or that. God doesn't. You believe in a false God. You believe in a weak God. The God of all things will give you all things. It's nothing. It's nothing to God. $1 trillion, that's nothing. $1 gazillion, that's nothing. God has created everything. God has created the law of existence and non-existence. There is nothing outside of God. There's nothing more powerful. There is just all. There can be nothing beyond all. Think about that. Give ultimate thanks, give ultimate praise by feeling and knowing that you are the absolute best. My friend, I love you dearly. Work with me if you would like. My website is in the description. You can also send me a message on Instagram first. Go over any questions you have. But regardless, I just want you to know, every single one of you watching, you're better. You're better than you know, and you can have a life that is so good. Doesn't matter where you are, doesn't matter what point in life, doesn't matter your age.
You are better. You wouldn't be here if you're not. You wouldn't have taken the time out of your day to be here if you're not better. I can promise you that. The herd is getting separated. Everything is getting separated, and we're going to establish sooner or later, and I mean publicly, not me, but the world, who is sheep and who ain't. The herd is thinning, bro. There is a clear division getting drawn this year. This is why strange motion, but this is why they say 2024 is a year of change. This is the year where shit happens, because everything has been so dormant, everything has been so stagnant. But this year has been different. I know that. I definitely wasn't the same man than I was last year. Last year I was being a bitch to a girl who don't give a fuck about me. I was chatting to her when she was with another guy. She was explaining her relationship to me, and I told her to leave her, and that wasn't no egotistical type of way of saying, nah, leave him, be with me. On pen and paper, I could tell that relationship was fucked. And then he beat her because he was feeling insecure about himself. She told me, and I told her, leave him, like, he's going to beat you again, because that's what men like that do. Don't get me wrong. We know when a hand should be laid, when hand should be laid. But a man like that, that's a man that got insecure about some small little minute thing. Took his anger out because he doesn't know how to control his shadow. But his thing that I see now, why was a woman that low vibrationally, that's attracting low vibrational man, speaking to me? In my eyes, I was the prize. Of course I was. And she was what? 4 years older than me? So you tell me. Just, it's a strange one. I don't really like talking about girl problems out there. Of course I've had fucking girl problems. If you say you haven't had girl problems, then you're a bitch. But now I've understood how to deal with it, because now I know who I am this year, who I am, and who I will always be. It's me. It's true, and it's just. Do everything with grace. Don't ever do anything without grace. Because when you do it with grace, your aura, people can see it, bro. Aura isn't some throwaway word that people are saying. Aura is a real thing, the same as chi, the same as prana, the same as ether. Where do you want to be? Who do you want to be? And how do you want to present yourself to everyone? What side of the fence do you want to be on? Don't speak. Listen. Fucking hell. Listen. I'm not a professional. I will never claim I'm a professional. And I will always say, if any of you have any more insight than I do, let me know, and we will change accordingly, because this isn't for me. This isn't for me. This is for you. I love you. I do care for you. And I know you're better.